Hi, this is Amanda Freeman, and this is my 3-generation genogram I made. It's a little awkward shaped, I guess, but I'll post a picture also when I do the video. So I'll walk through it and share some of the patterns that I've noticed and how they connect to Bowen's family systems theory. So on my paternal side, my dad's parents were Thomas Freeman and Charlene Graham Freeman. Their relationship was pretty stable. So on it, I put like half as like hectic, or I forget the word that it is, but I put like half, so it'll, because they did struggle a bit. But their relationship was stable and loving, even though my grandmother struggled with mental health and alcoholism. My grandfather was patient and steady, and he, in that balance, held their family together. Both carried a lot of trauma from the past, and a lot of those struggles showed up in how their kids were raised. My grandma went through to boarding school, and she was raised. She had been through a lot as a child with a lot of racism and just a lot of trauma. My dad's generation, my dad is, I had these backwards on accident. My dad's Daniel Freeman, he's the oldest. And then his brother, Sean, that passed away, he's the middle. And then my Aunt Christy is the youngest, and she's a girl. And, but I meant to mix them the other way. All three of them struggled with addiction their entire lives. But one thing about my dad's side is that the family has always been really close, even through fights or dysfunction. We never have cut each other off. It's always been a strong bond that we've always carried forward. My mother's side of the family, this side, very hectic, very dysfunctional and confusing, I would say. My mom's mother, Linda, I put these here because she distanced and cut everyone off, and she was just super emotionally abusive and all kinds of things, just to everybody, not just one person or whichever, but everybody. She had 6 kids that she gave them all up for adoption. But she struggled with alcoholism, and she ended up passing away from esophagus cancer in 2015. I forgot to put the X through that one. But she had a lot of trauma in her life as well, but she was one of those people that were just really mean and didn't really heal through their trauma, kind of allowed it to make them bitter and hate everyone. My mom didn't even meet her until she was 26, and their relationship was painful. She later connected with her brothers and recently discovered that she also has a sister. Over 50 years later, she discovers she had a sister. The difference here is that this side of the family carried more instability and distance. I hadn't met a lot of them. My mom barely had. A lot of her brothers have passed already. My parents were married in 1989 or 88, right before I was born, and they divorced in 1996. Their relationship was full of conflict. This would be my dad, and then over here is my mom. And it was definitely full of conflict, and it had a lot of addiction, instability. Bowen's theory shows how unresolved trauma from each family of origin played out in their marriage. And my dad went to prison for 7 years. When he got out, we had a better relationship, but we didn't know him very well before then. My mom's always been there, but it was always a really chaotic home life. Not great. And so my generation, my my parents had 3 children together: Chris, Andrew, and me. I'm the youngest out of us 3. My dad had 2 younger children, also a boy and a girl. We don't see them much. They were in foster homes growing up. So me and my brothers had our own struggles, and we worked hard to create more stability and break a lot of cycles from our past into our future lives. So we all have really grown and have worked extra hard to break generational trauma and addiction. So our family's closeness is something that we all hold on to, and it's just in a healthier way. We're just trying to create more stability and break a lot of cycles. So what I've learned looking at this genogram, I see Bowen's ideas clearly: addiction and instability passed down through generations. That's multi-generational transmission. I also see triangles, like how my dad was often caught between his mom and his siblings, and how I felt caught between my parents. But I also see differentiation. Sorry, I can't say that word. In my generation, we're making choices that move us towards something different. And so this project reminded me that families are systems, not just individuals. Trauma can pass forward, but so can resilience. That awareness is something that I carry into my future work in psychology and social services. And thank you. I really appreciate the extra time on this. It was not as easy as I thought it would be.